Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission for Wednesday, August 26th at 4 p.m. Lisa, would you please call the roll? Or confirm the roll?
But yeah, confirm the roll. Yeah, make sure that you're submitting.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
Penny? Yep. Okay. Looks like all commission members are present.
Thank you. Our second agenda item this afternoon is the approval of our last minutes. Did everyone receive a copy of the minutes? If everyone has received and reviewed the copy of minutes, I'd entertain a motion. I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second for approval. Is there any discussion? Any additions, alterations? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and call the vote.
Motion passed with majority.
Thank you. Our third agenda item this afternoon is a report on section 106, some proposed changes. Lisa?
I handed out to you some of the things that have been brought to our attention. Some of you might be aware of this already. On the national level, the National Advisory Council on Historic Preservation is proposing some rewrites to section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act, which was established in 1966, that could impact our CLG. Under the proposed language, the federal agencies that are doing any projects that could relate to historic preservation will no longer be required to consult with local or tribal organizations. It's at their discretion to make these projects publicly known. The other major impact would be to what is defined as historic property that could be made eligible for historic designation on a national level. That would include, the language that is being proposed is narrowing it down to anything that has a built structure or is bound by place. That would exclude historic trails, sacred sites, or cultural landscapes. Those are the major things that could impact us in this region, especially since it's been several years, I think, in the making. I know there's an organization on a regional level that has been trying to designate Pikes Trail as a national trail that could be impacted by this, and that would go right through this area. This has not been made official yet, though it's looking like it will probably be published, these changes, and the public will have a 30-day window for comments. So Colorado Historic Preservation, Inc. has put out a whole webpage on advocacy of what people can do to let people become aware of it and how they can express their concerns regarding these proposed changes. And that's via their website. And what they're recommending, any organizations, anything that might, any organization that might be affected could write a letter and get it ready. And once it does get published, then they can get that out there to the public.
So
Have any
the 30
questions?
day,
Yeah.
the 30 days doesn't start until publication,
Yeah. And we don't know when that's going to be.
but we feel like it's imminent, or,
It sounds like it, yeah.
okay. Any other questions for Lisa? Do you propose, what do you propose for this commission to do?
If you are interested in us writing a letter of concern, we can definitely do that. Otherwise, making sure that you can do this as an individual as well.
Well, I think it would be, and we'll see if everyone's in agreement, but I think it would behoove us as the commission to write a formal letter, to prepare one.
Okay. Do you want to make that as a motion? I can change.
Does anybody have a desire to make a motion on that, to that effect?
Let me put that in there.
And Chris, would you like to speak before that?
That's what I would like to do, is make a motion on that as soon as she's
Okay.
completed
All
with
right.
that.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, Chris?
I make a motion that we have staff draft a letter expressing our concerns over the changes to section 106 and have something for us to review as soon as possible and hopefully be able to agree on. So I don't know if that needs to be part of the motion or not, because I don't know that we want to have an emergency meeting if it's going to be done prior to our next meeting, if it is
Yeah.
voted on tomorrow, or I just think we need it in place. So my motion is that we draft a letter for review by the commission, and should we include a verbal approval or denial without the need of calling a last-minute meeting? I'm not sure how we would approach that.
Well, let's go ahead and clean the motion up just by saying we want to prepare the letter first.
That works. I
No,
make
let's
a
have
motion
some
that
dis-
we prepare a letter expressing our concern, I would say opposition to section 106. And we'll stick with that.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Could I refine that motion? And Chris was saying we're opposed to 106. I think we're opposed to the changes to 106.
Correct.
Okay.
I appreciate that, yes.
Okay, and Penny, do you want to say something prior to the second?
Well, I think.
Or are you
it's
seconding?
Actually, the opposition is to the draft revisions to
Yeah.
36 CFR 800. It's not to section 106.
itself,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the draft revisions to 36 CFR 800.
Okay, are you okay with those changes to the motion?
I am.
Okay. So with those changes in mind, do I have a second?
Second?
Second. Yeah, you gotta push your second button.
I don't have a second.
Oh.
I don't have.
Oh, there's the motion. There's the second. I have a motion and I have a second. Discussion on time frame, Chris. What are you were beginning to formulate some thoughts on that.
I think that it should be done as quickly as possible. If we only have a 30-day window to respond to it, then I think it needs to be, once it's voted on, correct?
Well, it hasn't been published yet, so once it's published, we have 30 days to respond or submit our letter of concern. That could be next week, which would give us 30 days after next week, or it could be tomorrow. We don't know. So we could try to do a special meeting.
Well, why don't we wait till we know that we would need one? And
Yeah.
as soon as it's published, you can send us a
Yep.
a notification so we know, and then we can know how that falls within the next
Cycle?
cycle.
Yeah,
And I can call for a special meeting.
yeah.
So, and we can notice it. Do did you not want to speak? Okay, Penny?
So, just a quick question, for Lisa. Is there any utility in proactively preparing an opposition that would go to
Oh,
the Congress people?
Mike, hit your mic.
Turn the mic button,
Oh, no.
the mic button.
There you go, yes.
Thank you.
So this is what this would do, so,
I mean, before the publication in the Federal Register,
yeah.
to proactively publishing a letter
Oh.
of opposition to
No, it
Congress
actually, no,
people.
they have to do it in this
It-
timeframe, yeah,
yep,
we can't
okay.
just,
Yep.
yeah.
Question.
Lauren?
Lisa, I'm unfamiliar with how CFRs are revised and public comment and all that. I'm sure that somebody had a reason to do this, and this, it's not being presented in what we were given. This is from the historic preservation perspective. Does the CFR have any kind of a commentary for the proposed changes when they come out?
Yep.
So there, people who want to change this will have their chance to express in writing why they
Yeah.
think it's a good idea.
Yep.
Yes,
That's
yep,
There's a whole bunch of
Process,
stuff
yeah.
written down.
And should we review that before we draft a letter?
you can,
I mean, I'd like the letter to be fair.
Yeah.
I'd like to understand both sides of it. Now, right now, I only understand one.
I'll see if I can find, a link to that,
Okay.
and I can send that to the rest of the commission.
Well, I was going to say, I would suggest you go ahead and continue to prepare the letter,
Oh.
but send out the commentary in the meantime. That
Yeah.
way, when it comes back to this commission for consideration, you'll be better informed on what it says. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Any other questions? So I don't think we need another motion for a time frame until we know what our time frame is. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you for doing that, Lisa.
Oh, you have to vote.
Yes.
Oh.
So,
Okay, yes, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and call the vote.
Whoops. Motion passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Yep.
Our next agenda item this evening is the Public Outreach Committee.
So I
Sure.
wanted to touch base with, from our last meeting in June regarding the committee for establishing or working on an application for the Saving Places on the Road for I believe we were shooting for 2028, correct? I believe two people had mentioned to me that they were interested in the committee, but then somebody after the meeting mentioned it. I wanted to double check who wants to be on that committee, and do we, okay.
I'd be interested.
And this could be for what I'm going to be discussing in the next point as well, so, yeah, who else was it?
I
Okay,
will definitely
that's-
be
I
glad
thought it
to
was you, but, yeah.
participate on that.
And then I talked
Okay.
to Chris about it as well.
Okay,
And I would be interested as well.
Do we need to set up the committee and a chairmanship or anything like that at this point, or?
we might have to, and since there's going to be at least 3 members and now 4, we'll have to make all of our meetings public
Public.
meetings and post those. So,
Millie, you have a
um,
question?
I would be interested.
Oh,
oh,
Millie has to-
Millie too, okay.
Okay, who's not interested? Millie? Is that easier?
Yeah, that'll work.
Good enough. Not that I'm not interested, but it looks like we were well represented, so.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure I got all the names on the list. I think I had 2 as part of the meeting, but then somebody approached me after the meeting that I wanted
Well, it
to.
looks like everyone should have approached you.
Yep.
Yes.
I do have
Thank
a
you.
question
Yes.
in relation to that. Have you talked to somebody up at, in Denver about the steps we need to take so that we can make sure we're,
Yeah, there is an application, and so the committee I can walk you through that as we go.
okay?
And we can establish a meeting time in the next couple of weeks or so. Oh, the next one on the list?
Yes.
Um,
When you're ready.
We have been contacted by a member of Project Archaeology. They're they're a professor of anthropology at the Pikes Peak Community College in Colorado Springs, about hosting a workshop on Project Archaeology, which is mainly a workshop designated for museum educators and educators of archaeology. They go throughout the country looking for places to host these workshops. It's a 2-day workshop that helps educators and museum professionals see how they can learn more about archaeology and better use their collections. There's a field trip. There is usually 2 or 3 speakers, apparently. They look for a venue to host it, and then places where they can go out and do maybe field work. We were contacted specifically because of our ties to Bureau of Land Management, I believe, and our collection, our federal collections, and what is around in this area. The cost for hosting varies per region. It's between $10,000 to $15,000, and those are usually covered by sponsorships in some regards, and then others are in kind. I was handed out or sent basically a budget of what had taken place earlier this year. It's something, if you are interested in, the museum itself could be the host as a location for hosting this, or other places throughout Canyon City. They usually attract 25 to 30 people, maybe a little more depending. If it's something that you want to help support, this would be for this next year, 2027, in the summer. And some of our funds that we've designated for getting presenters might be able to help out with getting those presenters. It's up to you.
And you said that they reached out to us as well as other people in the state as hosts, or was
I
this
don't
a-
know if
a
she's reached out to
specific
other people in the
invitation? Okay.
state.
And when do we have to respond?
I think we have some time, but I'd let her know as soon as we had our meeting.
Questions? Thoughts?
I've got lots, but,
Well, then you can be first.
so do I have to hit my mic?
Yes,
again?
please.
For God's sake. So it'd be really cool if we could relocate some of the old E.B. Renault Native American structures that he found in Fremont County when he was here in the 1930s. I think that would be very cool to do something like that. The other question I have is, why does it cost money? I mean, don't the people that attend, don't they have to pay? Who's getting paid?
So I think there is probably a cost for registering, but then they attract people from all over, so it could be a minimal cost for actual registration, but then they'll have to find room and board and food. The presenters get paid. They usually have about 3 presenters. There's also marketing expenses, transportation, food, and workshop materials. That could be everything from folders, pens, markers, copies, and there are books too.
I would like a
Rich?
chance to review the budget and potentially how it's been used at prior events.
Yep.
Coming from an event, a person that hosts a lot of events, $10,000 to $15,000 on the surface feels like quite a bit of money for an event that 30 people attend.
So we might not be asked to foot all this bill. This is usually what they estimate as a total. The host places, host cities tend to supply the venue and possibly offset like materials, workshop materials, and possibly sponsor like snacks,
Okay.
drinks, and things like that. So it's not for the whole thing.
Sure, okay, well, I mean, it's always great to host things like this. It brings people to our community. We get to, you know, feature our community. I think that's part of the reason we want to maybe consider this 2028 hosting. So I would just like to see some data on maybe the last 2 events that have been produced, where they've been, what they've spent, the agenda, so that we kind of have an idea about what kind of work that we're going to have to put into it.
Yep.
It may be a relatively simple thing that would be a light lift for all of us, and it would be great. But I want to make sure before we commit that we have that information.
Okay. This could also be something that the committee, the Public Outreach Committee can review as well, and then bring that information back to a regular meeting for the Historic Preservation Commission.
I also want to be cognizant of the pretty aggressive summer schedule that Canyon City hosts. So we want to make sure that we're not in the middle of something else, or something else doesn't get in the middle of this if we decide that that's something we
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, so, no, yeah, knowing the exact dates of when they would want
Okay.
us to host it would be,
Well, you don't
Helpful
want to be
too.
doing it in that season. Okay?
Meaning right now?
well, yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of.
Because if you're going to the field, bud, you do not want to be in that season.
Right, well, and all of those seasons can vary a little bit depending on
Weather.
weather and moisture and all the other things, so if we have any, if it's like, it always happens between, if it's a range of dates, then we get to choose, or if it's like, no, it's gotta happen on this date, that would be a consideration as well.
So I think you've piqued our interest, but we need more
Yep.
information.
Okay. I figured.
Okay.
That would be the case.
Any other questions or comments? Was that it for you for that agenda item? Lisa, thank you very much then. But you're still up again. So CLG grant project update, please.
What's this look?
We do have to vote on the committee.
Oh, on the,
Yep, on establishing the committee and who serves on the committee.
Is this for Saving Places?
Saving Places Committee?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So I would entertain a motion first to form a Saving Places Committee. Anybody want to make that motion? Can you turn us back to our motions button, because we're on voting.
Oh, whoops. Back. There we go.
Okay.
Yep, sorry.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we form a committee to consider a Saving Places on the Road meeting in Canyon City and Fremont County for 2028. I don't know if we need that in the motion, but that's what we're shooting for,
Okay,
to form the committee.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Do you want the discussion to include people who are interested so that it falls into this vote, or we have a second motion for membership?
We can make it fall into this vote.
Okay.
So, yep.
So then for the discussion, we have everyone but me
And Lauren.
and Lauren.
Yeah, I haven't volunteered yet,
Okay.
unless I need to.
Okay.
Yep,
Everyone but
that's-
Lauren and I. So everybody is counted, right? Yes? Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and call the vote.
Motion passed.
Thank you. All right, now we can talk about our CLG grant project update, please.
So we continue to work on doing research into the families of our 22 historic properties that are associated with the African-American families that lived here. We're continuing to find some really interesting things. We still do need to make another trip up to Denver. Probably the Colorado State Library, our state archives, has some court records regarding one of our individuals, as well as the Caldwell, Blair Caldwell Research Library. We're hoping to do that in the next month or so. I've been in communication with our consultant. She's been requesting updated Sanborn Insurance scans of maps, Sanborn Insurance maps from 1926, and we also happen to have in our collection an updated Sanborn Insurance maps of those properties in 1964. So I've been sending those off too, doing write-ups. So it's an ongoing process, but we're getting there, getting closer.
Any questions? Thank you for that update. Appreciate it. So announcements, that's next on our agenda. Training opportunities and programs.
Yes, there's a couple in-person opportunities coming up. The Asian Pacific Islander Americans in Historic Preservation Forum in Denver will be September 10th through the 13th. Closer is on September 15th from noon to 1:30. There's going to be a program through History Colorado and the SHPO office on historic designation and the financial benefits. That will be at the Canyon City Public Library.
Okay.
And the next CLG webinar is on September 16th. The topic will be Colorado Centennial Farms and Ranches, and that's at noon. And you can register for that via the CLG portal. The one in October is October 21st at noon, and the topic will be commercial tax credits. And then for public outreach opportunities, the museum is going to be doing a historic bike tour this Saturday, August 29th at 8 a.m., and registration for that is online, and we still have open spots for that.
Excellent. Anything for Lisa on those two items? All right. We have public comments. We have no public. But I would like to ask in this section about the signs in front of the warden's mansion. They getting ready to do work?
I have not heard the latest yet. If, I'm hoping they're able to do some work. The last time I've talked to the director of the prison museum, they had not received official transfer of ownership from the penitentiary and the state. So I don't know if that's changed. I hope it has, but.
What signs are we speaking of?
There are some sign, and I just briefly went by, but there's a QR code on a little
Oh.
yard sign.
Those are probably for generating donations and support for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, so that's what, I assumed then something was
yeah.
maybe up, so.
I think they're still working on getting the official go-ahead for that.
Okay, well, we'll just keep our eyes open then. Anything else from my fellow members of the commission?
I have one question.
Sir?
We recently passed, or the city finally passed that historic preservation design guidelines. Has there been any use of that document since it was adopted? Anybody aware of?
Not that I'm aware of. Nope. We have not received any specific applications regarding those properties along in that corridor yet.
Anything else? Then I thank you for being here. We are adjourned